Disneyland Dubai is something that has been rumored and tossed around within the theme park community many times since 2014. With the Dubailand theme parks being built and cancelled plans for Universal Studios in Dubai, many would like Disney to take a shot at it. Bob Iger even looked at Saudi Arabia as a future planned Disney site, but no more information has come out regarding that. Upon a search of Disneyland Dubai, you might find some convincing photos of concept art, which I'm here to talk about. They are not the work of Disney Imagineering, but they were made by Favili Studios, a company started by a former Imagineer, and one that has even helped Disney with art before. Today, on Theme Park Chronicles, I will explain the intriguing story of Disneyland Dubai, who made it, why, and all the in-betweens. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy. Disneyland Dubai was quite an interesting concept, but who was responsible for this concept? Well, there are three main parties: Favili Studios, River Creative, and Maraz. The first party I will talk about is River Creative. River was the client who spent a lot of money to acquire new Disney plans made from scratch. River Creative was mainly behind the theme parks at Dubai Parks and Resorts like Legoland and Motion Gate. River proposed to Disney a plan mimicking what has happened in Tokyo with the Oriental Land Company, where the Disney names and characters are licensed away from Disney to River, and Disney is a consultant. Sadly, River Creative no longer exists, but Favili Studios does. That leads us into our next party, the artist company Favili Studios. This project is special for them because there is no mention or credit on their website like other projects, only one in a secret flyer I downloaded. But the story goes, Favili was hired by River Creative to make a theme park proposal for Disney, but quickly after it was completed and it was leaked onto a blog. The head of Favili Studios called to take it down, but it was too late. The internet already had gotten a grasp of it, and the secret plans of River were revealed. What is Favili Studios, though? Well, according to them,
our studio is dedicated to changing the status quo through inspired design.
Founded by a former Disney Imagineer in 1992, behind projects like Toontown, Men in Black Alien Attack, and even the canceled Glacier Bay. So with that experience, Favili Studios was just the right person to contact. So after the person who commissioned the art and the artist, who else is left? Well, finally is Maraz Holding. An Arabian-based company, Maraz owns Dubai Parks and Resorts and River Creative, even bringing in Forek together to create the theme parks. They'd had ties to this project and would have greatly benefited from it because of the financial income that Disney would have brought to Dubai. Funny enough, Dubai Parks and Resorts was owned under His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, who also showed up and was the leading force behind Dubailand, a giant theme park project trumping any other ever built. But that's a project we'll get to later. Maraz has connections to Disneyland Dubai through River Creative and built the rest of Dubai theme parks. Now you know the people involved with this art, but what led to this, and how did Dubai go on without Disney? Disneyland Dubai was not going to be alone in Saudi Arabia. In fact, it was meant to be a part of Dubailand, a culmination of all the major theme park players in one place, crowning Dubai the theme park capital of the world, being alongside Universal Studios, Legoland, and more. But obviously, that never came to fruition. Almost every theme park giant wanted to be in Dubai, Universal, Legoland, and even Six Flags, but not Disney. The concept was meant to convince Disney to join Dubailand. What is Dubailand, though? It was all the dream of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who wanted to build practically a city over 100,000 square miles, costing over $60 billion. This crazy project would be comprised of Sports World, Vacation World, Downtown, Retail/Entertainment, Ecotourism World, and what you're here for, the Attractions Land. Within Attractions Land would be housed a multitude of parks, much like Disney World's 4 parks. One surprising one was Six Flags Kingdom of Thrills, where you could ride the world's tallest and fastest hypercoaster, and enjoy what looked to be the best themed Six Flags ever. There even was a partnership made to bring water parks and restaurants to the Kingdom of Thrills. There were other parks also announced, including a theme park based off the Arabian animated show Frege, an Arabian Legend theme park, plus F1X Dubai, based all on F1 racing cars. This reminds me of Ferrari World in main city Dubai, which is the world's largest indoor theme park and houses the world's fastest roller coaster. Another park which was a victim of time was Marvel's Superheroes Park. Planned pre-MCU, it couldn't happen today, but it was a gorgeous look on what Universal's Marvel Land would have looked like as a whole theme park. Boasting 4 sections being mostly indoors, but all centered around Crater Lake in the middle, was Oasis of Magic, Marvel's Mythic Mountain, City of Superheroes, and for younger children, Nick Neighborhood. Now, the final park turning Disney's main competition to their ally was Universal Studios Dubai. Universal had even more sections at 5. Hollywood and New York, like in Florida, then Surf City, the main kids area mixing the Sesame Street that SeaWorld now owns with Woody Woodpecker's roller coaster, also like in Florida. Then the Land of Legendary Heroes, being similar to the Lost Continent. After that, finally, was Epic Adventures, showing the most epic of Universal attractions, like a King Kong roller coaster and Jurassic Park. Just outside was also what looked like an updated city walk and hotels. The preview center and park arches were built, but sadly due to finances, Universal 2 had to pull out. The tragic thing is, Dubai Land was basically canceled in 2008 because of the global financial crisis, where they had to lay off almost every employee and pretty much all the big players pulled out, leaving Dubai Land empty. That was tragic, but in the theme park industry, no idea really dies, and later it was picked up and reborn into Dubai Parks and Resorts, which is comprised of Lapita Hotels, Riverland Dubai, Bollywood Parks, Motion Gate Dubai, who, giving DreamWorks a second chance, houses DreamWorks Land, and, funny enough, Legoland, who came back and had success in Dubai on their second try. Sadly, Six Flags did not. They did have plans for Dubai Parks Park, but that fell through too. Dubai Parks, while not as grand as Dubai Land, did succeed and looks to continue to succeed. With some of the backstory done, why would Disney not bite, and why won't they? Well, first of all, although Disney has let another company in the past run a theme park in Tokyo, they probably won't again, because it's their properties and their name on the line. This park just doesn't strike me as a Disney theme park. Don't get me wrong, it's different, and difference is good, but is it something you could see Disney doing in California? Like turning the castle into a hotel, or leaving absolutely no space for expansion? I don't think so. I do want to compliment Favilli on their amazing job in designing the entire theme park from scratch, but for it to become real, it'd have to be altered. But is there a chance for it to join Dubai in the theme park business? Well, it was created to join Dubai Land, and still could happen. I mean, talks still go on, but I think Disney will resort resources elsewhere. But as history shows, there is a chance for this grand project. And after talking about the people behind this concept and what led to it, what exactly would be into Disneyland Dubai? The Disneyland Dubai concept is quite an interesting idea, and it would have been great to walk around and experience this, but unfortunately it never became reality. The closest thing to walking through this park is to take a look at the attractions that would have been. Now, imagine you're in the plaza of the entrance and you look up. You will see the famous Mickey flower bed in front of an Arabian-inspired Main Street station. Continuing past the gates, you'll find yourself walking down a medieval European Main Street and Toontown, where you can shop, meet Mickey, and enjoy the parade. Coming out of Main Street is a smaller tire-spoke park design, like Disneyland. In the middle is the fountain with what I think would be the Partners statue. Going to our left is a Pixar area. Going to our left again is a giant indoor Pixar land. Inside, a Ratatouille ride, like in Paris, a store, plus a Nemo entrance, most likely leading to a ride like at Epcot. This Pixar land has all its movies represented on pages of paper, projection mapped like animation cells. Now, once you're done riding Ratatouille, you can meet Sully and Mike from Monsters, Inc., and in the corner I think I can spot Tow Mater too. Outside is Radiator Springs Racers, but I don't think there's a lot of new stuff. Most likely, just a copy from California Adventure, without extra theming, just the ride. Across the street is Tomorrowland and Adventureland, but the Tomorrowland has been replaced by Star Wars. And remember, this predates Galaxy's Edge, a cool look in the past. Astro Orbiters has been replaced with Death Star and TIE Fighters, which I think looks really cool. There is no more concept art for inside the land, but above I can see what looks like a cantina, the Jedi Temple, and probably Star Tours. Also, a monorail station. This would solve the problem of Tomorrowland becoming Todayland by putting it in a galaxy far, far away. Next door to Star Wars Land is Adventureland. The entrance is very foresty, and as natural, you would see the Tarzan/Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. Then the Jungle Cruise, just your average Adventureland, plus what can only be an Ewok village. The final section of the park, and most exciting, is the Castle or Fantasyland. At the back, to get there, you will have to pass under an Arabian arch, where inside you can have a meet and greet with Meredith from Brave. Then the famous carousel in front of the towering castle. This looks to be located in a marketplace of sorts. Now, the final thing, and undoubtedly the most important, the castle! On the side facing the park is the biggest castle yet, wrapping all around the backside of the park, looking like a mix between the palace from Aladdin and Sleeping Beauty's castle, sporting a bunch of towers and spires. This would be a great backdrop for fireworks, but that's not even the best part. It's a hotel! For the first time ever, you could stay in a Disney castle without having to win a sweepstakes contest, which explains why there are so many windows. To end this section off, I wish I could have been able to stay and experience this park, but it has left some amazing art, and perhaps Disney can borrow some ideas off of this, if you know what I mean. Dubai Disneyland, a theme park concept created by a former Imagineer, commissioned by a no longer existing creative company, proposed to Disney, and leaked to the internet. This is truly a magical idea that was a victim of circumstance, envisioned at the height of Dubai's expansions. Who could have thought there would be such a long, intriguing story just behind some sketches? This gives us a teensy look into the past of the theme park business and a failed project that would have been the future of themed entertainment. This sadly never saw the light, but created a stunning plan for what a Disneyland Dubai would have looked like. Thank you for watching Theme Park Chronicles, and make sure to tune in next time. I'm Chase Cartwright. Goodbye.